Right guys, welcome back into the Golf Swing Systems YouTube channel. As you can see, I'm in a bit of a different studio to normal. We have a SimSpace enclosure here behind me, built in one of our old offices to simulate a home enclosure. This has taken me about 45 minutes to build with Ollie, and we've got it up, ready to play some golf. Now, I'm gonna walk you through the top 5 things you need to know about the SimSpace enclosure based off all the questions I get through our WhatsApp link. So you can WhatsApp me and ask me a question anytime you want, and I should be answering it about things like this. So the SimSpace enclosure is a hot topic right now. Right guys, the first thing we're gonna go over is the screen. Now it's a HD screen, so it's ready for a 4K projector if you're using something like GS Pro or TrackMan, one of these high-end course simulators. And the first thing you'll notice about it is it comes with a few of these creases on it. It's very, very natural because it's been shipped to you in a box, it's been folded up, so it's gonna have some creases. Now our biggest tip, the first top tip of this video, is get a clothes steamer and run it over this screen and those creases drop out in no time. If you don't have a steamer, just give it sort of 2 to 3 weeks of consistent use and those creases will drop out. Now, the second thing about the screen is how is it attached? It's not done like one of our standard screens where we use cable ties. It's using bungees and Velcro. So there's a Velcro lining here that attaches to the screen, and then you've got bungees attaching the screen to the frame. Now, you don't need to know any sort of technical abilities on how to put this screen up. All you have to do is attach the bungees all the way around the sides. There's eyelets for every single bungee, and it'll create a nice even tension throughout the entire screen. Now, the second question I get asked is, do you need tools to build this enclosure? And the answer is no. It works very, very similarly to if you were putting together a tent where it's got like sort of aluminium poles and clips that clip them all together. It goes up very, very easily, and it's pretty much a 2-person job. So I wouldn't say you could do it on your own very easily, especially with one of the larger enclosures like this, but 2 people can put this up really, really simply. Now, the second thing about the construction of this enclosure is, where are the instructions, how do I find them, and are they easy to follow? Now, the SimSpace enclosure, unlike some of its competitors, comes with some really easy instructions to follow and some video guides on YouTube that will show you exactly how to build it, including the one that we're posting today. Now, the final thing about the construction of the enclosure is it permanent? And I would say no, but it's definitely not pop-up. So it's gonna take you about 45 minutes to build and roughly 25 to take down. So if you're gonna need to use the space this is in for like a party, or you have it in a garage, give yourself some space to sort of build the enclosure and also take it down when you need to. This is definitely not the same as a pop-up net where you can put it up in a minute or so. This will take you a little bit of time. Okay, now the third thing we're going to talk about is the sizes available. There are a huge number of sizes. This is a 4 by 2.5 by 1.5 enclosure example, but you've got sizes ranging from 2.5 by 2.6 at the smallest, a little square one that can fit in a single garage, all the way up to 4 by 3 by 3. So that's a big monster enclosure that will go in a large room with high ceilings. Now, if you can't find the perfect enclosure size for your room, say you had a 3.8 by 2.7 high room where you couldn't quite fit the 4 by 3 by 3 and the 3 by 2.5 is going to look a little bit small, I would always say go to the nearest one that's going to be possible, but never larger. So if you had a 3.8 wide room, don't get a 4 meter wide enclosure and think you can adjust it. Get a 3.6 and accept that there'll be a little bit of space either side. That does also make it much easier to build if you undersize the enclosure by around about 200 millimeters. So you've got 10 centimeters of difference on each side, so you can slide the enclosure into place. Now, the next thing we need to talk about is price. It's always the question that comes to people's minds first, and I've got a few things to talk about. So, the enclosure itself, you can buy that on your own if you want to build your own setup and have all the control in the world, and they start at about 1,300 quid. So £1,299, that's for the 2.5 by 2.6, and roughly they go about £50 more per size that you go up. So I think the most you can spend is around about £1,400, and that'll be for the Big Daddy, the 4 by 3 by 3. Now, the more easy way to go about building your setup is using one of our bundles. Now, you'll see on our website, you've got the SimSpace bundles category. You've got all the different sizes of SimSpace available with a number of different launch monitors that you can pair with them, ranging from the Garmin R10 all the way up to the TrackMan 4. So you've got a huge amount of variability. You can choose what you want to use, and it means you can save loads of time because we've gone to the hassle of building this enclosure, building this sort of bundle, so we know exactly what you're going to get. Now, in the bundles, the only other thing you're going to have to choose is whether or not you want a PC if you're running something like a GC3, because you could use an iPad, or you might have a gaming PC of your own already, and your choice of mat. So we've got a QuadTech mat in here today, and you could be using something like a T-Turf or a teaching mat. There's a load of different options, but you get to choose, and it all comes as part of a bundle. When you go ahead and get one of these bundles, they should be with you in about a week. So it's not next day delivery like a lot of our stuff on the website, But because we've got to sort of collate everything in and get it parceled to you in one big package, give it 3 to 5 working days and it'll be with you very, very soon, ready to play indoor golf. Now, the last question that I get really often on the WhatsApp is, what's my opinion of the SimSpace setup? Now, as it stands, this is a great way to dip your toe in and see what indoor golf is all about. Where it lacks in bespokeness, so you can't sort of have custom sizes of SimSpace Enclosure, you do get ease of use. So you can just build it, pop it up, and you're ready to play indoor golf as soon as you've got your launch monitor and your projector set up, which we're going to show you in our next video. That ease of setup means you can stop wasting time on research and you can get down to playing golf, which is what we all want to do at the end of the day. Now, if you do manage to hit a ball through the screen or something like that, you are protected by a pretty substantial warranty. SimSpace do believe in their products, so they are able to offer replacement screens and replacement sort of sides if you need to, but I have actually never seen one of these fail. So they're durable, they're easy to use, and they're very affordable. So overall, my opinion, it's a great place to start with your indoor golf journey. Right guys, so that is your rapid fire guide to the SimSpace Enclosure. Stay tuned to the Golf Swing Systems YouTube channel and we'll see you very soon.